Hey guys, it's Jeremy here from Hustler. So in this video, I'll be covering some of the budgeting tips that I personally used when I was shit broke, okay? So if you often find yourself living check to check, it's probably time to switch things up a little. Your financial situation is yours and yours alone to be responsible for. And that always starts with the first step towards a financially secure future. After all, I'm sure being broke is no fun, right? So barely making ends meet is a tough situation to be in, and it's not a really good way to live long term. It's not healthy for sure. So investing some time planning out your personal finance can invoke some pretty difficult decisions, but it doesn't have to always be that way. So I'm gonna share a little bit of tips on how you can do this, okay? And I'm gonna keep this as simple as possible. So before I get into the tips, I just want to say that self-budgeting actually sounds a lot more daunting than it actually is. But for a minute, let's just forget about setting impossible laws and rules that will most likely fall through anyway. So budgeting is so much more than stacking up cash mindlessly. The essence of every good budgeting plan is to adopt one that already would complement your daily activities. So that way, instead of looking at budgeting as a chore, it's actually a positive habit that you're more than happy to carry out for the greater good of your financial future. So if you need an idea of where to start, look no further. Here's a list of our customized and updated budgeting hacks to kick off your 2019. It's never too late, okay? Number one, when you're shopping, definitely compare prices. It's exactly what it sounds like. So comparison shopping is a term coined by consumers who actively seek out and compare prices of products and services with various sources in order to get the best deals out of all of them. So here's an example of how comparison shopping works. Imagine if you spot what you think is a great deal on a pair of jeans at Zara, while that would be priced at say $100, you could also get an exact replica of those jeans on websites like Boohoo and ASOS for less than half that price. So granted that you may not always manage to find branded premium quality items, just imagine how much you may end up saving eventually. So being broke with expensive taste is totally fine if you need to pamper yourself every once in a while. But always keep in mind that your lifestyle goes according to your budget, not the other way around, guys. So the pressure to fit in and peer pressure, and along with what everyone else is wearing or snag the latest gadget, is real. Don't be led astray. Try not to FOMO, okay? So this is why it's very important to take your time, put some research behind every purchase, and work towards becoming an informed consumer. When shopping for products, factor in brand. If you're really into handbags or expensive shoes, let's try getting one every 6 months or every quarter instead of buying it every month, right? So this is an absolute hack when it comes to policing your budget. You have to make some sacrifices, but you don't have to sacrifice your own happiness. If you want to shop, go ahead and do it, but shop smartly. So number two is checking your vampire subscriptions. So we're not talking about your unlimited access to vampire movies or novels. So in this context, vampire subscriptions are those pesky fees that automatically deduct and suck the life out of your bank account. So subscription companies are insanely easy to sign up for. A click here, an email address there, a credit card number over there, and you're locked until you cancel it. And most of the time, we don't check our bank statements, our credit card statements, or even our PayPal statements, depending on what you use, right? So, and they say, it's the price of a cup of coffee, but these really stacks up. Getting carried away with all these vampire subscriptions, and you will see 10s or even 15 of these getting charged to your credit card every month. And because they cost so little, you can easily forget how much we're spending on these little stuff, okay? So to avoid this, start setting a day every 3 months to go through your statements. Do you really still need that Hulu monthly access? Do you need that? Do you even watch Netflix anymore? Do you even listen to Spotify or Apple Music? Are you even subscribed to this? Are you even checking out this subscription content business anymore? So make sure that you do this, okay? Remove these vampire subscriptions without a second thought, without hesitation. Because after all, guys, you're not losing out on much. If there's a series that you really want to follow up on, you can just resubscribe at any time, right? So that's very simple. Make sure to check your vampire subscriptions. So number 3, practice no spending days. When is the last time you remember having a picnic with your friends or staying in to watch a movie with your partner? So we mentioned that self-budgeting is beneficial in more ways than one, and this is definitely proof of it. In this whole list, no spend days are probably the most challenging of the bunch. It requires you to set aside a day in a week if you're adventurous, maybe 2 to completely omit spending money. Here's what you can do. Pick up a phone and call over a friend for a home-cooked meal, for example. Finally getting around to bathing your dog or your cat. Read that book that you've been meaning to all these while. Set aside days where you dedicate your entire day not spending money and doing something that you really like. And to be honest, I've been doing this myself, and it's a lot better than you think it is. I get to spend time with my loved ones, I get to spend time with friends, I get to play computer games at home, right? And it's 100% achievable, right? You need to get out of that consumerism mindset, not spending every single day out, eating out, drinking out. You don't have to do these things. So think of days where, it's convenient for you to stay home, okay? Make it 100% achievable. Assign like a interesting activity to do at home, and that will really help you, right? So number 4, definitely set up your savings account. And the saying goes, the richest man in Babylon, before you spend a dime of your paycheck, you should always put aside some money, right? And setting up a savings account is fantastic for this purpose. Commit to yourself that you're going to put in $500 into that savings account every month, and create a different savings account for a different purpose. If you're an avid traveler, make sure you set up a savings account for your travel fund. If you like shopping, make sure you set up a savings account for your shopping activities. So make sure to have like a sheet for yourself to plan out, how much money do you want to put into these each month. And once that fund has reached, say, $1,000, $2,000 US, then you can go and plan a trip or plan out the purchase of a handbag or the watch that you've always wanted, right? So number 5, this is the last tip. So credit card rewards, you need to abuse the hell out of credit card rewards, because credit card companies, they get a bad rep for, extending copious amounts of loans to consumers, but you need to do it the smart way. Leverage on the promotions and the rewards that credit card companies offer, but always try to pay for your credit card on time, because credit card debt is one of the most expensive money in the world. I think it goes 10 to 15% interest rate per year. So that's crazy, right? It's very easy to get carried away because you don't have to pay it right away, but always try to pay your bills on time. And if you do that, you're gonna see your net worth, your personal net worth grow, and your personal finance improve. So guys, this is the end of this video. If you like this video, remember to hit the subscribe button. If you don't like what you see on this video, please leave a comment down below. I want to hear from you if you have any other tips that could help the Hustlers viewer, remember to leave it in the comment, because I want to hear from you, okay? Until the next video. Bye guys.